welcome back. In this one we are going to be doing I'm going to be showing you how to change or put on the engine gaskets, so that if your engine has been leaking a bit of oil, most probably the gaskets are breaking down inside and are springing leaks. So I've got some new gaskets, so I'm going to be changing gaskets on my bike, on the old gs500. So stay tuned to see how to do it. For those of you who already know how to do it, carry on watching, it's up to you. But for those of you who, like I say, just starting out, keep watching. Hopefully I'm going to try and show you that it's not as difficult as it seems. So from there, what you will be needing is the obvious: 2 gaskets, be 1 for each side, and also a drain, some sort of drain tray. You can make one out of like a pint of milk, like like one of those 6 pinters. You can just cut the sides off and just open the side up so that they all can drain. But this is what I've got. And once you've got those bits, during the video, what I'm going to be doing is as I go along, showing you what size tools and stuff like that. It's not a lot of tools, but you'll need them to do it. So it's nothing special that I can think of, but just a few size sockets, obviously wrench, and but as I go along, I will show you of what the tools are and try to show you things sort of step by step, just in case you're not 100% sure. So firstly, what I would do is, before you start taking anything off, what I would do is I would start the engine up just to get the oil moving about a bit. You don't want the engine hot. You don't want it hot. You just want it hand warm, or just under hand warm. So you just turn the engine on, just let it run just for a few seconds, maybe 5-10 seconds or so. I could be wrong, could be a little bit more, a little bit less, but I would say run the engine just for like around about 10, 15, maybe 20 seconds, just to get the oil moving about. Once it's done that, then turn the engine off. Then basically, once you've done that, what you got to do then is get the drain pan or whatever you're going to use to drain the oil out with underneath, and undo the nut and let the oil drain out. And this is what it will look. This is what it will look like. once you've done that, you then get the gear pedal off, which I've shown you in other videos. So when I take a look at that, take a look. But once you've done that, you then got to take the, I would say the clutch side, because that's where the clutch cable goes into. You'd have to take that cover off, and this is how it will look. only going to use a little bit to keep the gasket on, otherwise it will slide around. So only a little bit around the edge. I'm basically using this stuff to hold, so that when I put this on it, it will stay on it instead of being loose on it. So that it kind of you're kind of using it as like a temporary glue for it, sort of thing. So I'm just putting it all the way around here, so then when I put it on, it still moves and it'll move into the right place and sit where it's meant to. So I'm just doing a small spread of it around. Put that on it and then onto there. Just check round it all around, make sure that you've not got that on the inside of this, because otherwise you're going to have a lot of leakage. So make sure that that sits into here, because there's a little seat for that rubber piece to sit into. So there's rubber piece inside and a rubber piece on the outside. Now to put the bolts in. Right, the only reason why I put copper grease on the bolts, so that in future when I have to replace the gasket again, the bolts shouldn't be difficult to take out. So that's why I've done it one by one. I didn't bolt them on. I just, as you saw earlier, but I wanted to do them up hand tight, not using the socket, the wrench, so that I can do them up all hand tight, so that they're all even, and then do them up. The only reason why I'm sort of the only reason why I'm doing that, because if I do it too much, I'm going to break the thread on it, and then if you break the thread, you ain't going to get the bolt out. So I know that in the past I've stripped bolts, and I know that I can do them up quite tight, but I don't want to do that. So I do them up so that I do it softly, and then I put a little bit more onto it, and as soon as I don't put a lot of power into it, I just do it enough so that when it stops, when I can't push it enough, because I don't want to do a full-blown turn on it, because they're only small bolts and they're easily stripped. So don't put a lot of strength into it. You don't need to. Just put in so much pressure on it, because with all of them combined, that will stay on there. You just need it nipped up tight, not too tight so that you strip the thread. So that's why I was doing sort of bouncing off of it, putting a little bit of pressure until it stops me. So that's why I do that, because I don't have I can't think of the word, but yeah, that's it, a torque wrench. I don't have a torque wrench, so I just have to go by how it feels, and I know what I can do, so I just go by how it feels. Once all that is done, and you've put it all back together, what I would do then, start on the other side.